Hey guys, told you I played Slim again, and this is going to be that game. This is now PvZ on Metalopolis. This one is interesting because this is more similar to my normal gameplay, and you'll see how it's supposed to actually pan out um, in some manners. For one interesting thing that he's going to do, I'm going to point out soon. But hey, why not avoid a spoiler? So right now you see my normal thing. I actually managed to get my pro stacked up, I think, almost perfectly this time around. Excuse me, which is always nice. And fortunately, actually, I'm going to show you one thing I also do is I think I do it this time around. I don't remember, but something you should always do is check your air spawns for your Zerg opponent when they do this. If you're just in case they're in the close air spawns, you should scout cross spawn with your probe and then move forward. Yeah, you can see that just as that overlord came in, I moved my rally point, my nexus. That was me doing that, and it allows you to get the fastest possible spawn, no matter which area they go to. So now I can see I can actually get my probe around and just look around for his pool. Looks like it's not there, so time to block a hatchery first, just in case. And then I do my normal wall off with the gateway just because of the possibility of six pools. It's just a very nice placement that I feel comfortable with. I have killed six pools in the past with it, where I just defend, get a fast +1, and either attack. I don't usually actually attack where I show threats and then get my normal thing. It's something that I like to do is not actually commit to doing big time attacks in those situations. It's just I'm going to go ahead and make sure I can be happy. And oh, this is another frustrating thing is when you actually end up losing your probe because you're too risky with your harassment and you move down with your probe to go ahead and actually continue the aggression and just get scouts again and just kills it because it has one hit left. Just be wary of that, guys, when you do run around. Just don't overcommit with it. It's pretty easy to do. So, also, my money went to zero for a second, just pointing out. Good macro, yeah. And this is another thing that you can always do is find weird spots to hide. A lot of people expect the probe to be in like the inside the vents, the vents, blah blah blah. The me failing at English. No, inside the vents at that other main, just because they're line of sight blockers, it's natural to block line of sight with them and be tricky with probes and such. So just don't do that spot. Do a weirder spot. Like for me, in the middle left of that base with in that sort of neutral zone, it's a really odd spot, and there's no reason not to do something like that with your probes. It can win you games sometimes, and you'll see it's going to come in handy later on. So now I'm just trying to prepare my supply block. One gate expand, standard build, very very nice, gives you options, and I like it. So you can see right now I'm just dancing around. I should post my APM in like an annotation for these things. I think that'd be a nice thing to do. I mean, I'd show my hands. I might as well tell you what my APM is. So I've got that, and I'll put that in when I edit the YouTube video. So there I am. I get to kill. I love it when that happens, to get the kill on those lings and just make it a little bit more nerve-wracking for the Zerg to try and actually deal with gain scout information. Unfortunately, he's got that going on. Which is known. It's always frustrating when people get good scouts on you when you're just like, I'm blocking everything, and then an overlord just pops in. So that's something to be wary of. You also notice I'm not overcommitting to this. I'm not bringing every single one of my units. I'm just bringing one sentry because, frankly, that's all I really need to take that thing out and before it gets any really good scout information. But just in case, I'm going to do this because if it gets far enough to see that pylon below the ramp, that get really, really annoying. Plus, I want him to be scared. I don't want him to be able to see my warp gate, see if I'm prone boosting that out, because that would mean because I want him to be in the dark and not know that I'm not forward gating. I don't want him to know that I'm going for macro. I want him to be scared. I want him to build spies. I want him to build roaches. I want him to build lings, something that's not a drone, anything that's not a drone. So that's how I'm playing right now, and then he just walks in with the ling and scouts it, which is fine. It's a good thing to do. It's a very, very good thing to do. And so now we're going to run around and just make sure that I can be immune to crazy Zerg run bots, because those are such a huge vulnerability. I I lost the game horribly earlier on the ladder. Because when you get a lot of bonus pool and you then try and ladder, it can be very frustrating because of the fact that Battle.net has a tendency to use your bonus pool as if they were part of your points. So if you're 200 points and you have 100 bonus pool at this point in the season, or I had 250, I think I had 250 points, and then the bonus pool of 100. So basically, it's thought that I was 100 points better than I actually was, and I have not been able to play at that much ever. So it can sometimes put you up against very, very unfortunately better people than you are. So be wary of that in your bonus pool. That's why my goal for this season is to not have a bonus pool. Nothing beyond that. It's just don't have a bonus pool. So now you can see me running around doing my normal scouting, being aggressive with these few sentries and the Xel'Naga earlier on. Right now, it's making sure that I will not fall prey to Zergling run-bys, because those are frustrating to lose to. So I'm going to run around and just macro very, 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 very comfortably. I'm going to go ahead and just start getting my other guys places I want to be, get out another gate, making it once again a smaller choke. I'm going to run around. I'm seeing the lair. It's around 8 minutes in. This is about the time to do a little push, a little bit of threatening. So I'm going to move forward. And this is actually what I'm most unhappy with about this game. This entire game is that you see in the minimap that I actually scouted his third going up. And I have this nice, small, good force. And I'm not going to attack the third. I'm going straight for the natural, which is stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. If at this point a player doesn't have a third, and they have the macro hatch inside their main, then it could be an automatic win, because I can endlessly force field that ramp, and no reinforcements are going to be able to come out from the multiple hatcheries that are up there. So that'd be great. The problem is with that lowermost expansion, then he can easily surround me. And you can see him also losing a couple sentries, and now when I see that roach, I'm like, oh god. And now is when I retreat, leaving that stalker to actually soak a few hits, and plus my zealots behind my sentries, so that'll be able to take off some damage. But you can see my money went high. I was trying to think too much about being able to kill him, and that is not good. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick off this last roach with a little bit of micro, and then just pull back immediately. And also I meant to build a robo, but I ended up building a forge instead. That meant to be... Okay, once again, normally I want to get that 10-minute expo. You can see I actually hockeyed that forge in, because it really was supposed to be a robo. I wanted the forge too, but yikes. So now I'm going to try and be a little bit greedy. I've got enough stalkers and sentries that I have the capacity to defend most attacks at this point. So I'm feeling okay. I'm not going to build the Nexus first right now, because if he pushes up, I want to have that wall up in time. Because he has a good opportunity to be aggressive. He just took out a couple sentries, I invested, and didn't really do much damage. So that's just something to be aware of in terms of what I'm thinking about this game. And now you can see how he pushes up, and I try and cancel that, don't do it in time. But I never built the Nexus, so I'm not going to lose that 100 minerals or give him that scout information that the Nexus went up officially. But now it will. Because why not? 11-minute Nexus? Not that bad. Not as good as a 10-minute Nexus, a 10-minute safe Nexus, but I would rather an 11-minute safe Nexus versus a 10-minute killed Nexus. And so now there's the late robo, but no big deal right now. I'm still feeling pretty comfortable. He didn't do that much damage, so I'm just going to run around and continue playing normally. I've got a lot of gas, a lot of money, which is not good, but it gives me an opportunity to go for what I would like to go for. I've got the money, and I can just go ahead and continue getting more money. So at this point, the trust fund is not exactly a good thing to have, but it's not going to lose me the game to have it. Once again, a nice infrastructure of gateways and walls, and see that's me removing the forge from that hockey. And once again, I'm going to scout. I'm going to go ahead and scout phoenixes. Even if you don't have an observer, it's why you need hallucinations. Why I always get hallucinations, scout, see what's going on, react accordingly, and just be genuinely happy. Because I can read what he does when I actually have vision. And you can see that probe is still alive somehow. I'm not going to complain. That thing is awesome to have. So I'm going to go ahead and need to get my observer out and just be wary of this. And now I'm going to scout out for bases. Luckily, he's not gotten his fourth up. I'm going to get my Templar Archons because I have a lot of gas and I want to be able to use it. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go for a nice Archon push. I'll go ahead and, because I've got either the +1 or +2 at this point. I think I'm ready to research +2 maybe, or research plus... Yeah, I think I'm researching +2 right now. And I'm getting blink at the moment too, so I'm feeling pretty good. And plus I'm going to have a nice income right now from 3 bases. Because a lot of tosses only get their third around 13 minutes, and that's great and all. 13-minute third is a little on the safe side. I like being a little bit risky and a little bit greedy with my macro. So I'm feeling comfortable with that. Now you're going to see me getting those Archons. I think that's, yeah, 3 Archons out of those 6 Templar. And I'll be able to get charged and do a nice little push. Pretty sure I'm researching Blink. Now I'm going to run forward. I see the Hydra Den. And once again, I'm thinking, okay, well, do I want to get Colossi or do I want to go for something else? And at the moment I'm thinking, I'll just push. I have Sentries, I have Archons, I have Zealots. I think maybe I already have Blink. I'm getting Charge. Charge coming next. There we go. Answer the question. But you can see how Zealot heavy I'm going to have to be because I invested 600 gas, or no, 900 gas in those Archons. So I need Charge. That's why people go Charge a lot Archon and not Blink Stalker Archon. It's all about spending the gas and the minerals all on one thing or the other. And so now I'm also I might wait for charge for this push, because I think I realized that my push would be a lot stronger with the additional attack upgrades and the charge, even though it'll be a little bit later on and probably a little bit easier to defend. I'm thinking he's being passive. I'm going to prepare for getting the Robotech. As you can see, I'm preparing to get the Robotech so I can switch almost during this attack. I'm getting more Stalkers out. I have Blink at this point. I'm supply block too, and that's stupid. But no big deal at all. You can see my charge getting closer and closer to being done, and now's when I'm starting to prep for the attack. I'm going to go ahead and hit the bottom part of the map. That's my my attack point. I'll hit the bottom of the map, and I will be aggressive. I will expand, and I'm ready for Colossi. He's not expecting them. He's got Hydra Den, and I'm pretty sure that's almost it. But so now here come the mass charge slots, the mass Archon, and I'm be able to push in with a very strong attack. So now here we are, plus I have that pseudo proxy pylon. And now I'm just gonna have fun just spamming 3A click, 4A click. I think I leave the Archons and the High Templar in the back. I should be getting Storm, so I will have Storm for them. I'm gonna push in. It's not exactly like a 15 or 14 minute push, which I would ideally like to do. Like, those are some nice times to attack, but hey, take a look at what I'm about to hit. Goodbye for that gold. Plus, I have this pylon here. I can go ahead and warp in reinforcements down there at that point. And I'm going to go ahead and go for a double-pronged attack, maybe, as I push down and seek to kill things. So now this Nexus is now there. I added to various hotkeys. And here we have me pushing in to try to do some damage. And he's not bringing units. This is kind of weird to me. He's not bringing units, which is not good. I'm going to say something later on, but now you can see that I see that expo. Well, Blink Stalker time. I'm going to go ahead and start killing stuff. He's letting me kill those drones and everything. He's not even pulling back, so he's got some kind of waiting. He's not ready for this attack. If he was ready for this attack, then he would just be setting down his army immediately, but right now I'm getting free reign at killing 2 bases. So something's up. He's doing something weird. And I'm going to go ahead and continue attacking. If I can do more damage, great. As long as I can find out what he's going for at this point, that's all I need. Because I have a superior economy at the moment. I'm max food, but I've been max food. That's why my money is high now. I'm going to push forward. I see Corruptors and I see Overseer. Where it is? There it is. There's a Blue Lord. That's why he's hiding around. And so there I am taking a few of my Stalkers. Notice I'm not boxing my Stalkers and just attacking the Brood Lord. You do not want to overreact. That's something that will get you killed, is when you do things like that. You need to use some of them, but not all of them. And unfortunately, he was really good with his upgrade, so he actually had, I think, +2/+2 for those guys at that point, plus Brood Lord tech. But hey, I just took out 3 bases. So I'm not freaking out. I'm thinking, calmly, Blink Stalkers. I can continue to harass. I have that good proxy pylon. My 4th base is up during that attack. I've got Storm. I've got a very nice position. And now I'm going to do something that you might find a little bit odd. I'm going to get my Colossi out. I'm going to get my Colossi in the face of those Brood Lords, because what's going to be able to happen is I'm going to go ahead and have lots of Blink Stalkers deal with the Brood Lords. Colossi will make sure that those roaches and everything don't do too much damage against my Stalkers, because the roaches will bunch up, they will attack, they will die. If he's going for Hydras, they will die quickly. It will deal with his DPS, with my own DPS. His Corruptors are going to be used to get Brood Lords, and I'm going to go ahead and just continue expanding and wait for him to be a little bit aggressive, or push when I feel like I have a good position. So you can see I'm continuing upgrading, and I'm going to go ahead and actually get some more Templar too for a little bit of Storm or maybe Archons. By the way, I also did realize I didn't use those two Templar that I had in that battle, which is sloppy, because that would have helped me a lot, but I think I was just thinking, okay, time to target fire down those Broodlords. I would have been able to do a lot better if I had done those storms, but whatever. I still feel good about this game. Sort of. We're going to continue moving around. I do need more vision. I need another observer to cover the right side of that that right pathway moving down, because I don't have control of the watchtower. Something looking back that I should have done actually is to have done that, is to have sent out a zealot to that watchtower. He had a roach there last time, and a zealot with the upgrades that I have is going to be able to deal with that, not without too much difficulty. But once again, look at that. He's still got Hydras in that army. It's one of the reasons why I want the Colossi in the face of the Broodlords and Corruptors and all that, because it's going to help me with that crazy amount of DPS that I can have. And now, moving forward, he engages on a ramp, and I'm ecstatic about this. I don't have to try and force the ramp engagement. It's my house. This is my house. The Colossi are attacking, but unfortunately, they're not exactly in the best spot, and I'm still running around trying to find a good proxy pylon position. But you can see him just be able to blink forward. And then, oh yeah, see, that was what I was talking about, when you accidentally box all of them and blink every single stalker into a bad position. And look at the replay, he has 3-3 ups on those roaches right now. So just realize this guy has crazy upgrades, crazy good upgrades, better than me, and that doesn't usually happen. Like, I'm not saying that, saying like I'm the best at upgrading. No, I'm saying that because he's beating a Toss who's focusing on upgrades and upgrades. And with Chrono Boost, that's a big deal. So now I'm going to go ahead and start running around. I'm thinking, time to kill off this gold. I blink forward, I'm going to snipe it down. Got a few Archons coming in, and as long as I kill this hatchery, I'm happy. He's got a few roaches coming in, and if I had clicked on those roaches before and saw that they were 3-3, I would not have done this engagement. I was assuming he'd be at 2-2, and I'm being sloppy with that. And now I am also the one on the ramp and being engaged in bad positions. You can see I blink back and pull back. Unfortunately, I wish I'd done it sooner because I've seen the upgrades, and I do it because of the bad position that I was in. I also add a few more gateways because now I'm actually going to start switching to more Archon, Immortal, Stalker, Zealot type of composition. I'm going to go ahead and make those Corruptors that he has worthless and force him to use Broodlords that I can out-micro. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue working on upgrades. I think that's level 2 armor now that I have, so I should be at 310 or 311, I don't remember. I'm running around, and it's time to go ahead and use a few Zealots to harass that base as I go ahead and attack. So just sort of force him to multitask and just be troublesome, be pesky. I was going to blink forward, do some damage, snipe off. Well, yeah, once again, I accidentally just go for a click instead of just boxing like maybe 6 or 8 of those guys and then attacking that way. So now here I am going to continue building those stalkers. I'm feeling better now. I'm going to just blink back now. That Archon's dead. There's no point in retreating that Archon. He's going to allow those stalkers to come back and really be good. And as you can see, this is what that Immortal switch that I was talking about, where I'm going to go ahead and make all those Corruptors useless. Look at this. He's going heavy Roach. I'll counter that with Immortals. I'll go ahead and be aggressive with Immortals. I've killed multiple bases. I've harassed him, forced him to take a lot of damage, and now I'm going to be able to get a lot of good attacks in with purely ground units, no pseudo-air units with Colossi or anything. It's just going to be good, upgraded, strong, good units. I'm going to go ahead. Unfortunately, I also don't... There we go. Now I'm getting the DT Shrine. Because why not? I have that beautiful proxy pylon. I might as well use it with DTs and not just Zealots. So I'm going to continue pushing and being aggressive. Because notice that now that I've got my good infrastructure, I am not stopping with the aggression. There's no reason to let him max up with some nice units. You can see the Corruptors are sitting there. There are no Colossi for them to hit. And there is no... not a single... thing they can really do except maybe corrupt a few of my guys. I'm not letting him build drones, I'm not letting him re-expand successfully, and it's just causing him to call GG. Once again, it's just being aware of your options and not going too far with your what's it called, game plan to the point where it's going to harm your play. My switch to the Colossus was a pretty big thing because I needed it to deal with the massive amounts of roaches and support that he had for those Broodlords. Colossi deal with his support while they act as support for my Stalkers, which are the main thing killing the Broodlords. That's an interesting relationship that I really found good about this game, and it was nice to take advantage of his lack of scouting with that first probe and proxy pylon that was allowed to stay there the entire time. That was very helpful. I was able to scout that bottom middle base in that main. Might have been a different game if he actually had just sent his first couple lings around the entire map to take that out. But luckily enough for me, he didn't, and I ended up getting a nice game out of it, which I was pretty happy with. You can see that I actually out-macroed him completely in this game, as my resource score was higher than his. And once again, I need to kill that bonus pool. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will say thank you. See ya.